Okay, so I wanted to go through the pallet that from the other video the other day. I had these appliances from Liquidation pallet. You saw a bunch of stuff we had got on the pallet. Now I don't have any photos of what the pallet looked like stacked up, but it's basically a skid with a bunch of boxes, maybe like 4 to 5 feet high. This one wasn't very high. There was a bunch of about 5 or 6 of them up for sale at an auction house, and most of them were going for $300. I picked this thing up for $100. It might have even been 90, but I'm pretty sure it was 100 even, plus buyer's premium plus tax. So you're looking at another 15% for buyer's premium and another 13% for tax. What does that bring you up to? I don't know, $125, around that, something like that. I didn't do that math before the video, but you guys can figure it out. Okay, so in the video a couple days ago, I was in the back of the van. I actually had this item in my hands at one point, and I shuffled it to the side. I think one of the trays might have slid out. This was out of box, and I probably could have got a little bit more money for it than we did. We sold this for $80. It was the first thing that went. It shipped off of our website, and plus tax, plus shipping. There's always we don't do free shipping, and that sold. I believe we drived that buyer to the website through Kijiji. I don't know. It could have came through Google Ads. I don't know if we were fully hooked up on Google Ads at that time, the shopping ads. That's kind of new in the last few months, but that is that Google is actually driving us a lot of business as well. So this so that was $80, and keep in mind we paid about $125 for this pallet. We sold, let's just show you a couple of pictures of that before we move on. And always throw the ruler in for scale, of course, and show them that, it's unused. There really isn't much to it. This was a lot of plastic and a fan with a heater inside of the unit. You just put your stuff in there, and it dehydrates it. But I didn't find the build quality anything exceptional, but these units actually sell for quite a bit. That's why I say I could have probably got a bit more. Hamilton Beach multi-blend blender and food processor, we got $32 for it, which is a good deal. If you see that, they go for $66.48 at Walmart. That might even be American. So we try to sell this stuff quick and flip it and do it locally. We do that by cutting the prices drastically, and people will drive, from an hour away to our shop, and that way we don't have to ship it. And we just photograph everything all laid out on the table like that. This was in good shape. We should have probably charged more for that too, but it is what it is. It's gone now. This was a Ninja blender kind of thing, not much to it. You put your stuff in the cup and press down and it blends. We got $56 for this, and it was another local pickup. Somebody came to the warehouse, bought it there. We didn't even have to ship this one. And just listed this the other day. I think it took 3 days to sell. Threw this on Kijiji for $60 plus tax. Somebody came and picked it up at the warehouse within a couple days. I think I listed it on like the Thursday, and it might have sat on the website over the weekend when we weren't open or something, and then they came on the Monday or something. I'm not sure, but it didn't take long to sell. $60. This set sells for like $120 at Walmart. I didn't even photograph it in the warehouse because it was so new. It was just open box. So that was that. Another $60 for that. So between those, you can see what do we make? 60 and 60 this is like $115 plus another $30 there would be 145, 6, 7, $147, and then another $80 there. We're already into the profit at this point, just off of these 4 items on the pallet, and that's just 4 items on the whole pallet. Okay, but there wasn't a lot of working stuff, so we'll get into that in just a minute. We still have these 2 listings to sell. They haven't sold yet, and after doing this video, I think they're a little bit overpriced. We usually try to go about half of Walmart's price, and you can see the prices are $37.99 and $49.96. I think we're a little overpriced on the humidifier, but it is not really humidifier season, so you know, maybe we'll wait a little bit before I slash it, but I think we should at least bring that down to $30. And then we got this meat slicer for $70 that nobody's bought yet, which we could probably bring that price down to $50 or $60. And let's just recap how much we made here. So we paid like $120, $125 for the pallet. With everything the way it was priced, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items, or sorry, six items that I showed you that we actually took, that tested, they were working to the degree that we could sell them, and $336. So let's just say we paid $125 for the pallet. Sorry, $336 minus the $125 is $211 profit. But realistically, if I price down the last 2 items that haven't sold, $303 after so I can take down the prices on those last 2 items minus the $125 we paid for the pallet, we made $178 profit. Now, that's all great and all, but I think this took me 3 days to process. Now, I don't have to pay myself for my labor, but you got to think about that. There was a lot of broken stuff that I spent a lot of time on. There was a water cooler that leaked all over the place, and there was a lot of stuff I have to deal with, whether I throw it out or auction it off, which I believe that's what we're going to do. We're going to open up an auction section on the website and start auctioning off salvage and maybe some electronics that this guy has in his warehouse that I'm hooking up with. So we'll see what happens, but we're thinking about opening up that website. No, I'm not thinking about it. I'm doing it. I'm opening up an auction on my website to help me move out some of the stuff I don't need, because I come across so much of it. Now, that's about it for the recap. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. Take care of yourselves and enjoy. I'ma go get it tonight.